Is the rainwater pump noisy? I believe this means when it's in operation.
Okay, so with all rainwater harvesting systems, we generally have a volume of water, which is, of course, retaining that water so can be reused later. That rainwater can, if it's in a static place where it's raised, can gravity feed to appliances. But it might be that if you've got a tank at ground level or potentially under the ground, we've got to get that water to our appliances, to our extraction points when a demand is created, in which case we need to have some sort of pump. Now, you could have a submersible pump, which goes inside the tank, or you could have a wall-mounted pump console, which basically goes onto some sort of utility in some sort of pump or plant room. So there's a couple of options in terms of the pumps. When we talk about submersible pumps, we are very much have the pump in the underground tank or above ground tank, and it's surrounded in water. So any noise generated by the pump is going to be dampened just a bit, so you're not going to get the full frequency of that pump. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you are concerned about noise, going down the submersible pump route is probably better for you. With above ground pumps, we're going to have this pump, as I say, potentially in a plant room, someone's garage. So when a demand is created, like when you flush a toilet or open outside tap, that pump is going to sense the drop in pressure in the pressurized pipeline. It's then going to kickstart with a sensor, and it's going to pump water to that outlet point until the outlet point is of course closed. The valve is closed. The pipeline's repressurized and the pump shuts off. So the pump will basically run for as long as a demand is required. And when that pump is in operation, it's going to create the motor spinning, so it is going to create some vibration. It's going to create some noise. So generally speaking, depending on the size of the system, that noise could change significantly. It could be that you have one pump or two pumps for bigger commercial developments. For small domestic properties, we kind of look at pumps which have around about 50 decibels, wall-mounted ones initially, and then that can scale upwards. But just be mindful that when a pump is running, it will create a noise. So the location is quite important. So you don't really want to put it in a garage which kind of backs onto your main bedroom, for example, if you've got a downstairs bedroom, because if someone does go to the toilet in the middle of the night, that pump is then going to kickstart and it might wake up your partner in the bed next to you. So something to be mindful. Pumps are noisy, so when they are running, just be mindful of where you install them. If you haven't got a choice really in where you put it, you can of course put some sort of like backing or stepping away behind the unit to stop the vibration, which is where a lot of the noise comes from. So something to be mindful of, but they're not super noisy, but you need to be kind of sensitive about how you approach and install that.
And if someone was conscious of the amount of noise that'd be created from pump, would you recommend a submersible pump over, say, a wall-mounted
Yes,
one?
I would like to initially gain, if they really want to get into the depths of it, I would generally like speak with them over the phone, hopefully get some technical drawings off that particular project with them, kind of see where the layout of the property is, and potentially discuss with them where is the underground tank going to be, where could the potential pump console going to be, because there's got to be a relationship distance between those two items, and hopefully we can come to a conclusion where the operation of that pump isn't going to disturb their daily lives. So it is something to consider when you're designing a rainwater harvesting system into a property, certainly if it's an external wall-mounted pump.
Perfect. I think you've answered that incredibly well.